Someone in China just cut open the battery cells inside a Xiaomi SU7 and compared them directly with BYD's Blade 2.0 cells. What they found tells us a lot about who's winning the tech battle when it comes to CATL and BYD. This is the kind of data you almost never get to see because battery makers guard this stuff like state secrets and unfortunately sometimes use the police to try and protect what's inside their batteries, which is insane. Here's what happened. An independent repair technician in China called HE New Energy is running what they call the 100 cell teardown project, where they literally dissect battery cells from production cars. Cell number 21 was a CATL or CATL Shenxing LFP cell pulled from a Xiaomi SU7 standard edition. What they did is they cut it open, measured everything inside, and then they compared it against the BYD FinDreams cell with exactly the same rated capacity, 186.7 amp hours. Same capacity, two of the biggest battery makers on earth, head to head. Who builds the better cell? Well, on the numbers, BYD wins, and it's not particularly close. The CATL cell weighed 3.4 kilograms. The BYD cell with identical capacity weighed 3.2 kilograms. That's 200 grams heavier for the CATL cell. And when you multiply that across, the 100 cells in a full pack, that's real weight the car has to carry around for no extra energy. Work out the energy density, and the CATL cell comes in at 175.7 watt hours per kilogram. Well, the BYD cell hits 186.7. That makes the CATL cell 6.3% worse on gravimetric energy density, which is the most important number, I think. And by the way, this is the BYD Blade battery version 2. On the Electric Viking website, I'll put a link in the description below. We have more articles about electric cars and battery technology than any other website that I'm aware of in the world. So check that out. Link is in the description. And there you'll find our videos and analysis and articles about everything going on in the EV world. Volumetric density tells the same story though. 369 watt hours per litre for CATL versus 390 for BYD. So BYD's cell stores more energy per kilogram and per litre. That's a clean sweep. Now, the two cells are built completely differently, and that is the fascinating part here. The CATL cell is short and it's wide. It's 213 millimeters long with 4 separate winding cores, jelly rolls, packed inside one hard aluminium casing. The BYD Blade cell is the famous long and thin flat format. It is 620 millimeters long and just 24 millimeters wide. So it's very, very thin. And it doesn't use jelly rolls at all. It uses laminated stacking, alternating electrode and separator layers all the way down that long blade. Two totally different engineering philosophies arriving at the same capacity, but BYD's approach delivers it with less weight and with less volume. The teardown also found the CATL cell uses a positive current collector foil thicker than 20 microns, an 11 micron copper foil on the negative side, and a roughly 12 micron separator with a ceramic and polymer coating on both sides. That ceramic coated separator is a safety feature. And interestingly, the cell is mounted upside down in the Xiaomi pack with the venting valve facing the floor. And they didn't stop at measuring, by the way. They took a fully charged CATL cell and drove more than 20 steel nails through it. The results are smoke, electrical discharge, but no flame and no explosion. That's genuinely impressive for a fully charged cell. The cell did eventually catch fire, but only later when they physically tore the internal layers apart during disassembly, which is deliberate destruction, not a failure mode you'd ever see in the real world. Now the caveats: this is one cell from one car, tested in a workshop, not a certified lab. It doesn't tell you how the full pack will perform in a crash, and it doesn't prove every CATL or every BYD cell off the line is built the same way. You would think they would be, but we don't know for sure. Here's why this matters though. Xiaomi chose CATL for the SU7 standard edition, and CATL is the biggest battery maker in the world. It's more than double the size of BYD's battery division. Yet when you put its LFP cell next to BYD's blade at identical capacity, BYD's vertically integrated in-house cell is lighter, it's denser, and it's more compact. BYD isn't just a car maker with a battery division. On this evidence, it's building better LFP cells than the company that almost everyone else buys from. And that, more than any spec sheet, is why BYD can price its cars the way it does. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. I found this absolutely fascinating. Thanks for watching. Thinking about getting solar, a home battery, or an EV charger? Check out Australia's best free comparison tool because it could save you a lot of money. Guys, click on the link below in the description and you can see how much you can save. Alternatively, give Resync a call. They are the guys who installed my battery and my home solar. I'll put a link to them as well in the description. Need expert advice on what car to buy, what solar system to get, what home battery to get, or potentially for your business? You can get, guys, a one-on-one consultation directly with me, 60 minutes of tailored guidance. This might help you avoid making a huge mistake spending money when you shouldn't, or potentially save you a massive amount of money. Click the link in the description below because I can assist you, and why not? The link is in the description.